I have no life. As proof of this, I have gotten my 5th level 100 skill in the Wild West, and only will continue to get even more. In today's video, I'll be discussing logging. Logging, that's right, the great skill where you cut down trees, and you get axes and one cool gun. Well, I'm going to showcase 2 methods in this video. One method where you get a lot of logging planks. This will be in relation to my previous video on militia EXP, so you can use logs to get a lot of militia EXP if you so choose. Or if you don't care about militia and you just want the Marlin pump shotgun without getting the Marlin trench shotgun from militia, you could just do my second method, which I'll showcase later. It's not really my method. Comments obviously told me how to do it, but I'll still be showcasing it. All data for this method is obviously in the description, like I did last time. And also, I guess I'll go over the entire logging tree and show you everything you can unlock in logging. Now, before I show off the methods, I must preface that all the EXP I get in this video is with membership. I just get an extra 50% EXP boost. And I think you should get membership too, either through buying it with Robux or trading it through people selling it with the trade token. I definitely recommend the trade token method, as it doesn't cost you real money, and you get it for in-game cash and not real-life cash. And before we start all this showing methods, please like and subscribe, join the Discord, hype the video, whatever that new feature on YouTube is. Please, anything. I want more views. So let's start with the wood method. In the wood method, you're gonna come to tribal forest right around here. So logging's quite simple. What you do, you chop trees. Surprise, surprise. What you do is you just go up and down the tribal forest, chopping more and more trees. And when they fall over, you pick up their logs. Yep, you pick up trees, pick up logs, you cut down everything in sight, including these smaller ones, but don't really go out of the way to get smaller trees. Only get smaller trees if they're like on your path. Pick up every log you cut down. You're gonna wanna cut down basically all these trees. Yeah, and you're just gonna keep going like that for a while, basically. The strategy I follow is starting from here. I cut all these trees, move my way up here, start cutting these bigger trees and maybe sometimes these small trees. Move this way, cutting these trees, and I just kind of walk down this path, cutting trees on the left side here, and then once I finish that, I come over here to which would have been the right side, which is now the left again, and I come down here, cutting all these trees, come over here, cut these trees right over here, and move back this way, cutting down these trees, and, well, making my way back to where I would have originally started. Picking up every log as you go is very useful, because then what you want to do is you want to come over to this sawmill. Obviously, only use this sawmill if you think it's safe to do so and you think no one's going to kill you for using such. If you don't feel safe using this sawmill, you could always take a nice long run to Bronze City, but usually 99% of the time this sawmill is safe. And you could also claim this territory if you want the militia XP, which I do not need because I am maxed. Then you just spam as quickly as you can, usually either with E or through clicking the thing, and boom, you get logs. After you get those logs, you could do one of two. You could do one of a few things. You can either just reset, lose the logs, and don't care about it, sell the logs, spend some time coming over here and make a little bit of cash, or if you want to grind a lot of militia EXP, you store them in your bank. And if you have a lot of bank space, you could just store them, or you could just like swap out things from your inventory and in the bank that you won't drop. So once you do that, then you can go on to the militia method, which I'll have a info card to the video I did that one time 2 weeks ago, I think, and you can learn and you can see how to get a lot of militia XP off of all the logs you made. But I do not care for such because I already have them both maxed now. That is the tribal forest method that gets you a lot of logs. But if you want a lot more EXP with not really caring about getting EXP for militia as well, you want to come to the Great Desert, because in the Great Desert you can chop cactus, and I have found a method that gets you over 200,000 EXP per hour from chopping cactus. Sure, it's a little tedious, but EXP is EXP. The way I usually start this method is around here, in front of the buried temple. You can either just come over here and chop these cactus right here and this little shrub. Do not pick anything up unless you're going to pick up cactus juice to consume for when you take damage. If you don't know, if you take damage, like say I take like a little bit of damage from this cactus right here, I can pick up some juice and eat the juice and I'll regain a little bit of EHP. As you can see, I gained like 12 HP from that. It's kind of good, and if you ever catch yourself in a pickle where you took a lot of damage, just pick up cactus juice along the way so you can heal up slowly. So you're going to want to chop cactuses around this path, just coming here, like get these cactuses up here, move over here, get these cactuses and trees, and you just keep moving around, getting as many cactuses as you can. I come around here, get this cactus, get these cactus, that cactus, all these cactuses, this cactus included, and you know, this one right here. After I do this near the buried library, I come back here. I usually get up this little cluster right here, this nice little cluster of cactus, and usually these three as well, because if you go quick enough, if you have a quick enough horse, you will be going so quick that cactus won't respawn quick enough. Well, unless you chop down a lot of cactus as a result. Next, I come to where this big arch is. I start over here, chop these cactuses and bushes and trees. Well, you can't cut the bushes, you can cut the trees though. And just make your way around here, cutting everything in sight. Get these three, and then now you're gonna make your way back to these three cactuses. Get these three along the way, because why the hell not? Then you come over here, make your way up here, come over here where there's a nice little cluster right here. You're gonna get these cactuses. That's a nice bit of EXP. Yeah, scoop by really quickly over here. You can get these 4 cactuses right here. And chop, chop, chop. Get a lot of EXP. And now you come to the third massive cactus zone, which is by this entrance into, well, I don't know what to call this area really. It's just the entrance under this bandit camp. You cut all these cactuses and trees. You move around. You get all this stuff. Good, good, good. You got everything. Good. Then you come up here. There's some more cactuses right up here. Get these 2. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cactuses over here. 7 and 8 if you like rolling around to get these 2. And by that time, these cactuses around here should have respawned, meaning you can come back here and restart the whole cycle. That is the method I used as you hit the main 3 major cactus hotspots. I mean, there's like some around here, over here, and over here, but they're not as massive as the ones around the buried library, the sand arch, and the entrance to the underground entrance to the bandit cave. I mainly use those 3 because those have like the 3 like main clusters of cactus and shrubs and bushes and such to get a lot of EXP. And you just do that over and over again in circles, and you hurt your fingers clicking so many buttons, moving around so quickly, getting a lot of EXP, and you get a lot of EXP. I was getting 200,000 EXP per hour. It was crazy. It was really quick. You know, I was kind of surprised because some people in my comments says it only gets to 180,000. I was like, okay, I'll give it a try because that's still more than the the tree method, which I'm pretty sure only got me like 170,000 an hour. But this cactus method got me 200,000 an hour, so that's really nice. As stated before, all data is linked in the description. Just go down there and click it. It's a Google sheet. You can read it yourself. And that about does it for the methods. So let's move on to the skill tree. Hey, if you're watching this far, you might as well like and subscribe. I mean, come on. I just showed you both methods I used to get EXP, man. Like, you seriously not gonna like and subscribe for that? Well, I guess I can't convince you to do that, then I guess you'll never like and subscribe, will you? You cheapskate. You're so cheap you can't even give me the free like and subscribe. Like, come on. Pathetic. Starting at level 5, you get 1,000 bucks. And to level 10, you get 2,000 bucks. Level 15, you get 12% axe damage. Now, this isn't that much, but it is nice because that means now your axes, like any axe, deals 50 damage. If it did like 45 damage earlier, it now deals over 50. It now deals 50 damage, meaning all axes become 2 shots. And also you deal more damage to like cactuses and trees and such because, you know, that's also how that works. Level 20, you get 4,000 bucks. Yay, more money. Level 25, you get the bush axe. Now, I already showed a lot of these axe damages in a previous video, which I will link in also in the description and in action info card. The bush axe is very quick swinging and very useful for its level 25. Swings relatively quickly compared to, well, most other axes that you purchase. And this is like the first quick swinging axe you will get. It has a nice long range, meaning it slashes really nice, and it's kind of like using the sweeping ability of a kukri. So it's pretty good. It allows you to do things quickly, and it's honestly it's a nice weapon, and it's also like a good free weapon if you don't want to get a kukri. Video on that if you really want to see that. Level 30, you get the handlebar mustache. Now this is a sick mustache, I gotta admit. If I was a mustache man, I'd definitely be wearing this one. But I'm not a mustache man, mainly because I can't grow one in real life, so I'm kind of jealous and I don't wear mustaches. Moving on, though, we go to level 35. Here you get $8,000. Yay, more money that you could have gotten quicker doing literally anything else in this game. Level 40, you get the Nordic Axe, and the Nordic Axe is just a reskinned frozen axe, or if you want to put it the way it's the unskinned frozen axe. If you don't know what the frozen axe, it was a old unlockable item from a previous winter event, I think 2021 if I'm not wrong. As you can see, I have both axes on my back and they basically perfectly overlap each other. If I take one off and replace it with the other, you can see that they are basically the same model. That's because they are based off each other. Even though the frozen axe came first, the Nordic axe is like the unskinned version of the frozen axe. Or you can see it technically, since the frozen axe came first, that the Nordic axe is the reskinned version of the frozen axe. However you want to see it, I guess. But ultimately, they both have the same swing speed and they both do the same thing. This is not a real tree. They both have the same swing speed and both deal the same amount of axe damage. No matter which one you use, they'll both deal the same 7 to 8%. I don't know what the actual stat is because it's like some like random like decimal value, but they both deal the same, they both have the same swing speed, and they're both basically the same thing. At level 45, you get 15% more axe damage. That is so little. That's literally 3% more than last time. Kind of crazy. We start with 12% and then go to 15. Like what? That is such a pathetic amount of axe damage to get. Like an X that's literally plus 3 axe damage. Like, wow. Thank you, the Wild West devs. You are so generous. At level 50, you get the Trade Hatchet. Now, the Trade Hatchet is quick for an axe, and it's tied for first place with the Hewing Axe that you'll unlock later. Using the Trade Hatchet, you can see it swings really quickly. You get this back and forth motion. The only downside to the Trading Hatch is its range is not the best. You see, I walked out a little too far, and immediately I couldn't chop the tree anymore. But other than that, it's a nice hatchet, really quick, really useful for chopping trees, and even a little bit good for getting in conflict if you don't already have the hewing axe. At level 55, you get this set of clothing. Now, this set of clothing isn't a what's it called? A suit type clothing, so I don't think I'm going to showcase it. No, I'm not going to showcase it. I'm not going to waste my time trying to find it in this horrible menu. Like, Jesus, please add a search function for gosh sake. At level 60 though, you get the hewing axe, the best axe in the game, and probably even better than some melees like the kukri. Now this has the same speed as the trade hatchet. Now you may be saying, it feels a little slower. I tested it. It's roughly the same speed. In fact, let me go get the trade hatchet just to prove it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason the trade hatchet feels quicker is because it has like a backswing that hits really quickly, but after the backswing, it takes a little bit longer for it to like actually slash through. And that's why the trade hatchet has the same speed, because it's more it's just a slightly like more consistent hitting speed than the trade hatchet. Like you see, you get 3 really nice, quick, consistent speeds. But for this, you get 1, 2, and then you have to wait for the third one. So yeah, it's an interesting item. I guess it's quicker if you have to do like 2 shots or 4 shots. Basically, if you're doing an even amount of hits, the trade hatchet's quicker. But if you're doing an odd amount of hits, the hewing axe is quicker, which is kind of weird. But they're both relatively the same speed if you just measure on how quickly they're hitting. At level 70, the thing everyone goes for, and the thing everyone only cares about, the Marlin pump shotgun. Oh yes, the trench gun's little brother that isn't as good. Now you might be saying, isn't as good? For what reason? And I'll tell you why. It's because it cannot one-shot in the head. That's right. It does 15 damage to the head, multiplied by 6 if you get all the pelts. 15 times 6 is only 90 damage. Just in reference, the Marlin trench gun from Lisha 100, if you want to see the last video, it does 17 damage for 6 pelts. As you can see, that's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 17 damage, that's an extra 12 damage, meaning it does 102 to the head, meaning you can one-shot with the Marlin. But you can't with the pump. But with the pump, you can see it has this type of spread compared to, if I switch to the Marlin, this type of spread. That's right, the pump has a tighter spread, slightly tighter, as you can see by me switching between the guns. You can compare it yourself by switching between the video. You could see that the pump shotgun is slightly tighter on the spread, and that's kind of cool. Testing how quickly they both fire, it seems they both fire the same speed. Yeah, I'm seeing no difference. I'm spamming my click and I see no difference on their shooting speed. So the benefit of the pump shotgun is that you have a tighter spread. It also does 60 to the body if you get all 6 shots. Compared to the trench gun, the trench gun, you get 12 to the body if you get all 6 shots, which means you do 12 more damage total if you hit all your shots with the trench gun compared to the Marlin pump shotgun. So yeah, there's that. You do deal more damage, but you do get a slightly tighter spread with the pump if you, for some reason, can't hit your shots as well. If you suck at hitting shots for whatever reason and you want a slightly tighter spread, the pump is your friend. Personally, I prefer the trench because, well, because more damage is better in my opinion than than a tighter spread, because literally all you have to do is just walk a little closer. Sure, that does put you in the range of, getting slashed by a kukri or any kind of melee, or getting shotgunned yourself, but I don't know, I just think damage is always dealing a lot of damage as a shotgun is a lot more important than, the accuracy, than, the spread of said shotgun. That's why, even though I think the Marlin trench gun is like one of the best shotguns, I still rock the mule shotgun, even though it has a horrible spread, but the simple fact it can deal, what is that, 30 times 5, it could deal 150 to the head, and if you freaking miss one of those, if you do 4, that's still 120 to the head. If you only get 3 of those, that's still 90 to the head. Like this gun is crazy good for no reason. The mule, even though I have the Oculate, Halloween version of it, for $5,000 if you get the normal one, it's broken. It's completely ridiculous, and I don't know why it hasn't really been seriously nerfed. Even though you can see the spread is a lot larger on the mule. The spread's a lot less tight on the mule. It's still, in my opinion, a better gun for single person. For if you're dealing with one person, because it only has 2 shots. But if you're dealing with multiple people, 6 shots is gonna be a lot of help. But this is not the shotgun video, which I plan to make at a future time, and really I should be shutting up so I can have, video content for the next time when I do the every shotgun compared. So let's move on to 20% axe damage at level 75. Wow, now you get 20% axe damage. Thank you, game. You're so generous. At level 80, you get this nice pair of lumberjack. And if you like dressing as a lumberjack, this is honestly a pretty sick looking outfit. Let me put it on. Lumberjack. Look at that. It's like, it's like the flannel and everything. It's like you're a lumberjack, and it's like you're actually a lumberjack, real lumberjack clothing. Am I right, guys? I'm not too big on lumberjack history. I don't know much about lumberjack history, but it definitely is a very nice fit, and I must say one of the nicest ones in the game. Level 90, you get more axe damage. Isn't that fun? And at level 100, you get the lumberjack title, the thing everyone doesn't care to get, because who the frick cares about a title at level 100? Having the title and typing with it, hello, gives you this nice brown. Now this brown is a little bit different than the brown of the trapper. As you can see, the trapper is a little darker. The lumberjack gets you a little bit of a lighter title. So that's interesting, and I guess is a little kind of nice to put in chat if you're really big on that whole lumberjack aesthetic in this game. If you want to look like a crazy lumberjack, logging is the skill for you. And that's about wraps up this video. Hopefully I'll make another one. Hopefully. I don't know. I feel like my love of this game has been waning these past few days, but that could be just because I'm burned out from, you know, grinding this gosh darn much. Don't worry, I'm still committed to getting all skills maxed out, at least until Halloween. If either Halloween update does or does not come out, will determine whether or not I continue on my ridiculous quest. If no Halloween update comes out with like no mention from the devs, I think I might as well just be done with this game, and I don't know, maybe I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll figure out something for this YouTube channel. But for now, I guess I'm gonna move on to Outlaw, or maybe that one project I had in mind. I don't know if I still want to do it though. I don't even know if there'd be an audience for such, but I don't know. I'll do it if I feel like if I want to, if I get the courage again, or if I just get the inspiration again. But I don't really got much of that, so I'm gonna be just chilling, probably grinding Outlaw for who knows how long. Probably get the start off auto 5 so I can then do the every single shotgun tier list or whatever. That'll be fun. Like and subscribe. Join the Discord or wherever. I don't care. This game has been dying because the devs do not say shit.